welcome to the podcast. This is Daniel Amram, and I'm gonna let him introduce himself. Daniel Amram, tell all the millions of people that listen who you are, and tell them where you came from and where you are now, because I think it's fascinating. So I think you should share.
Okay, so is basically social media stuff. No, I'm just kidding. No, basically.
Yeah.
This is a long story. This is, I would say, a social media phase. So I don't know.
Infamous?
Social media.
Gossip monger.
So basically, what happened is I was doing my things in Israel as a religious boy, and then one day I left the religion, as you already know.
Yeah.
And one day I decided to protest in some different way that everybody else protested.
Yeah.
And as you know, I burned it feeling. Maybe a lot of people gonna hear that as a bad thing. But I
Everyone
was
sins
doing,
differently.
yeah, everyone sees differently. How do you see it, by the way? Because you never told me about that.
Even me, that I have a lot of questions with religion, like a lot, and a lot of things bother me with religion. Even me, I think that even if it was like a Quran, or even if it was like a Christian Bible, I think it's
yeah.
extremely disrespectful, immature, impulsive. Like, I think all of those things, even if it wasn't tefillin, right? So it's not
Right,
like,
right.
oh, my religion, whatever. But on top of it, because I grew up with, oh my God, tefillin is revered, it's holy. So it's like there's something emotional for it that's like, oh my God, it's tefillin. Oh my God, like, because nobody ever hears of that happen unless it's like Crusaders or Nazis. Like, you don't hear of a nice Jewish boy doing it. So it sounds like, oh my God. But as far as how I judge you as a person, that's like a separate thing. I don't think of you as you're disrespectful, you're this, you're that. Yeah, you're impulsive, but I think that where your intentions are, to me, you want me to be completely honest?
Yeah.
Sure. I think that I feel like it comes from like the pain of a child, kind of like a like the pain of things that happen to you. And when you have pain, you inflict pain, and you didn't even inflict pain on a person, like it was on an object. But I think there was like anger there, and like it manifested in that, not in order to hurt, but in order to release whatever pain was inside of you and get some type of message across, get out whatever was inside of you. So I don't think of the intentions as you're evil.
Right,
I
right.
don't condone the act at all, but
Right.
I don't judge you as a person for doing it.
Okay, so before I want to explain the intention and the story behind that
Yeah,
crazy, disturbing act that I did. I want to
traumatizing.
say, I want to say that first of all, I already apologized and said that
Oh yeah,
this
I know
is,
that.
yeah, that was an act that was supposed to be for one purpose, but it hurts a lot of people
Yeah,
that were not supposed to get hurt by it. So I did apologize for it.
yeah,
Like I would not do that again or something like that.
yeah.
Like today I wouldn't do that, but
How
back
old were
in the
you, by the way,
day,
when you did it?
I would say 20.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh my God. I thought you were gonna say like a teenager.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing, but I wouldn't do it today.
A
So I
young
would,
boy of 20. Okay.
yeah, I would consider, like, I would say, describe that act as something that came from very deep inside. I wouldn't go far and say that it came from like a childhood, like you explained, but it came from somewhere really deep inside that was telling me like, yo, you need to have your freedom. And it was an act
The
that
fact that you're
came,
aware of where it came from is really powerful, because
yeah.
that's why I can tell that you're besides that, I can feel it. I can tell that you're pure when you say I'm not going to do it again, because when you know why you did it, that's the only way that something can't happen again, because you know the source, you know the problem of why something happened. That's the only way you can't repeat the same thing that
Right.
came from that problem. So yeah, continue. I'm interested.
No, yeah. I was just explaining the
It's not showing your face.
for 1 second. So I was just explaining. It came from a very deep inside when I was saying, I need my freedom, and it came from something that happened in Israel. It was just not like I can wake up in the morning and said I'm gonna burn it. It came out because of a new law that came in Israel. It called them a supermarket law that Israel decided to um, put out a law that says nobody can open a supermarket, even in non-religion areas like Tel Aviv, in Shabbat, in Saturday. So anyway, in Israel was supposed to be closed. By the way, today it's already changed and it's not how it worked. But
Even
back in the
in
day,
like Mea Sharim, it's not like that.
yeah,
You can work
no,
whenever you want.
no. In Nashrim, you can close it because it's today works in a way that where is the most
Like
people
television.
that live in the area. If the most of the
Oh,
people that live
it
in the
goes
area
according
is
to majority,
religion,
basically.
yeah,
But
according to
if
majority.
majority, like let's say in Mea Sharim, you're not allowed to, or they just don't because there's no point.
I think you're not allowed to because if
Okay.
the majority is like that,
Otherwise,
so
you
they
get
will
rocks
say
thrown at you, or
you're also gonna get rocks. Yeah, but I
that's
think also the
sounds
law
fun.
is also back it up the law because if the majority is like that, so you have to respect it. But the problem that I had is they produced that law that say even if the majority is not religion, like my area that I moved to from Neighborhood, basically,
Yeah.
I felt like even if I moved out, I wanted to live a different life. They basically don't let me do it. And now I can buy stuff on Shabbat and do my own things. So I felt like that was like taking off my freedom
Yeah.
and I had to act. So what we did is we
Like
went out.
vaccines.
Yeah, but the vaccine is different. I want to talk about it. I know that I don't know what's your
I'm
take
scared
on
to
that,
talk about
but
it with you. I feel like because not because I'm scared you're gonna prove me wrong or whatever it is, but I like I don't want
yeah,
it
I'm
to
gonna
be a
prove you wrong.
fight. Like, see, here's the thing with my opinion with vaccines. Like, I'm not trying to change anyone's mind. Like, I'm happy with you think what you want to think. You want to give yourself a vaccine. I don't give myself like live and let live.
Yeah, I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that because I think that when you don't take vaccine, you basically hurting other people.
Yeah, so that's the opinion of pro-vaxxers, and the opinion of anti-vaxxers is that it's harmful. So it's not like they think that I'm hurting you. They think that they're saving themselves and not
Yeah,
harming you because they think of it as like poison, depending on who you're talking to.
right. But yeah, I mean, that's the same like as every vaccine. Like, are you gonna vaccine your kids for it? You're not gonna vaccine them
Well,
for nothing?
my kids are vaccinated against most of the other things, like not the flu
Okay.
shot or whatever.
So what's
It's
the
totally
difference?
different. No, it's mRNA technology. It's totally different. The government that is telling you to do it has investment in Pfizer, in Moderna,
That
and
is false
literally,
information. That is false information. It just makes
no,
sure
it's
that
not.
your
Where are you
participant
getting
gonna
your
go there.
information? Sponsored by Pfizer?
No, but you see that there is actually doctors out there on the TV and everywhere that actually learn and
Yeah, and there's
investigate
doctors
this.
on TV that are actually against it too.
Okay, where in Fox
Listen to both
News?
sides. Listen to um what's his name? Dr. Robert Malone with who's that podcast guy that's like blowing up
Joe
everywhere?
Rogan.
Yeah,
Joe
with
Rogan.
Joe Rogan.
Yeah,
Fascinating. I listened to it. It was
he's
a
just
3 hour
stupid.
podcast. You probably didn't listen to it. Anyway, wait. Okay, tell me about your religious experience first, because you were in the middle of saying you were saying
No, but
about
that's what happened in that's it. I just felt like I need to protest like as a crazy way and say that I don't want to have that happening in my life and I want to have freedom and I just spawned this feeling. By the way, that feeling was not real. I just want you to know.
what do you mean that
Uh,
feeling was not real?
Basically, what I did is I gave my dad my feeling and I went to buy a fake feeling, just the the outside of it. Ooh, yeah.
Did you just drop me? One second. What do you mean? What do you mean by fake feeling? I never heard of that term before. Do you
So
mean like you were expressing something that was masking what you were really feeling inside?
no. It was just not a real feeling. That's just fact.
Which was what?
That feeling that I burned, it was
Yeah.
not actual feeling. You know that feeling is not the outside, the black thing, is what the inside, right? Nobody care about the outside. The inside part of it, what it
Oh,
have the Shema Israel stuff and all of
okay.
that inside. That's basically the
Oh,
important
I
part
thought
of
you
the
said
feeling.
feeling. I didn't know you were
Yeah,
saying
feeling.
feeling.
Oh, what did you think I was saying?
I thought you were saying feeling, like to feel something.
Oh
And you were like,
The
no, that was
feeling
just
was
a
not.
fake feeling. I'm like, what do you mean a fake feeling? You either feel it or you don't. Okay.
Yeah. Now I understand
Okay.
what you're saying.
Language barrier. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so you were saying you only burnt the outside and not the inside?
No, I was just not using an actual feeling. I just used something that is empty.
Oh, really? So you
Yeah.
knew. So did you feel like a pang of
No,
like guilt inside, and
no.
that's why you used the empty one?
Maybe I wouldn't say that because honestly, I wouldn't mind burning the real one.
Even now?
No, now it's
Okay.
different.
Okay.
Back in the day, I was really mad and hurt by what happened then, and I
Yeah.
was just, I'm gonna do it. I
So you
didn't
were
do it
hurt
because
about a general thing that ended
that
up
happened.
affecting you as an individual with the freedom to go
Exactly,
to supermarkets on Shabbos in Israel.
exactly.
So you
That's what happened.
felt like burning that would bring attention to you, and then it would make a difference. Did
Yeah,
it bring?
and
It brought
and
attention to you, I know, but did it make a
and
difference
I
in your
believe that
favor?
it did. It did make a really huge change in Israel because when I did that, it basically provide like the whole
Like everyone
every,
started talking about it.
exactly. And
Mm,
as soon as they start talking about it, change got start happening. And yeah, we did make a change. That's what I believe.
hmm I'm sure there's
Yeah.
a lot of people that are not happy with the change that you made.
I mean, maybe
I think people should be free to make mistakes and do stupid things and do smart things and do whatever, because one person's idea of what's stupid or what's smart is different than another person's. And that's why
yeah,
even for the vaccine, your idea of the vaccine is you're helping someone else, but someone else's idea of it, and we have to respect that, is they literally not just like think it like for fun, like they brought a lot of proof and whatever in why they came to their own conclusion of why it's not good for them and why it's not good for other people. So I think that everyone, as much as one belief might be your thing is going to affect me, because I'm sure other people think for the Shabbos thing, they think that your decision now affects everyone negatively, because if you don't keep Shabbos, then all these bad things are going to happen to you, and so actually you're not helping yourself, and now you're going to make bad things happen to the whole B'nai Yisrael and like everyone, and you're affecting everyone. Do you understand how annoying that is? Like, do you
it
understand
is
what I
very
mean?
annoying, but
So just
there
think
is a
of it
difference.
like that. Like, it's annoying for someone else to tell you, like, it's not good for, you're hurting us. Like, leave me alone. Like, I don't believe I'm hurting you. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry that you think that. I really am. You
Yeah,
know?
this is a very small, a little bit of a different of this two different
Right. They
subjects
are
between
two
the
different things.
religion.
I'm just saying that the parts that are similar.
Right, but I'm saying when you actually, we need to look at it as a fact. When you not keep Shabbat, are you really actually hurting somebody right now? No.
Well, or
His
yeah,
belief,
you're causing pain to your parents, let's say, because they are sad that their son is not being shot. Do you think that they should feel that way? That's something else. Maybe they shouldn't feel that way. I don't know.
no,
I'm
they
just
can
saying
feel that way.
it
They
is
can
gonna
feel
cause
that way,
direct pain.
but they have to make a difference between what they believe the what the actual reality is. When
You
I
could be
don't
right.
keep Shabbat,
Okay. But at the end of the day, it is hurting them. I'm not saying they should
no,
be
it's
hurt.
not. Oh, it had the feeling. That's the difference.
Yes.
When you had the feeling, or you hear that actually people get hurt and people die
Well,
if you don't take
physical
the
is not the only
vaccine.
way that you hurt people.
Yeah, but only if you hurt physical people. I think feeling is something that everyone have to hold as a group, as people that live together in this world. They have to get over it. Like if you
Well, that's
feel,
hard. That's a very conservative mindset. So I'm surprised that you're saying that.
no, I'm saying feeling. Yeah, if you feel that you
Facts
hurt by
don't care about your
somebody,
feelings and all that jazz.
exactly. But if you hurt people actually dying if you don't take the vaccine and you go
Yeah, but
out there
people are
without a
dying from
mask.
the vaccine.
Nah, that's just false information. Really, that's just false information. You got to check actually the information, not from Fox News or
Yeah.
whatever, Joe
Check
Rogan.
actually the information. Right. Okay.
That's my belief. That's my
No,
that's my
and you know what?
perspective on
Stick
that.
to it. Stick to it. I respect it. I totally respect it.
So what? You didn't take the vaccine,
Hell to the no no. To the no
and
no
you
no.
and you
No.
walking around without the
I
mask,
had COVID twice.
and you walking around without the mask too.
Unless they're like, ma'am, you have to wear your mask. So then I put on a mask
So you,
begrudgingly.
so you don't feel guilt. Maybe you wrong about what you think.
No,
You
the
actually
mask doesn't. No, the mask doesn't do. Especially since I'm not sick. So I had COVID twice, right? I had it the first time. I had it for 3 months straight. It got to a point where like I could hardly breathe, and I'm avoiding the hospital at all costs. I was more scared of the hospital than COVID from all the crazy stories I'm hearing of neglect. So thankfully, I didn't need to go to the hospital. And then but the first time I had it, it was before lockdowns. It was before everything. Like it was January, February. I had it. I was like 2020. It was crazy. Then now I had it a couple weeks ago. I'm actually still coughing a little bit, but I'm not contagious already for like 2 weeks. But I had, I guess, Omicron or something, whatever. Much more mild, but still significant. But either way, like it's no secret that there's something called natural immunity. People that are really at high risk of dying or whatever, and if vaccines work or they don't, whatever, like maybe those people should get vaccines. I don't know, but just someone that can survive through it and take all the necessary things and take care of themselves. Mother Nature is created with an immune system, and it works well. And we should not be so petrified that we have to inject foreign substances into our body from people that are telling us to do it, and the same people telling us to do it are gaining money from it. Can you imagine in something else if someone literally creates a medication, gets money from it, and is the same person that tells you, if you don't take my medicine that I make money from, that I make, then you can't go to the store.
The vaccine is free. How do they make money for it? I don't understand.
What do you mean? Insurance companies pay for the vaccine.
No, I don't have insurance and I got the vaccine free.
Okay, so basically you're paying more taxes so that the government can fund it.
That's not true. I'm not paying more tax than every other citizen. I'm paying the normal taxes. I don't understand.
I'm not saying you're paying more taxes. I'm saying everyone has to pay more taxes so they can fund these things, or they just divert the funds that you're already paying for taxes. They divert it to things that maybe people that aren't pro-vax are annoyed about, but they still divert those funds to that instead of something else.
But how do they make money over this? The people paying taxes the same way before the vaccine even started.
Yeah, no, they're not.
Okay, but that's just a little bit. It's not, you can't see like a crazy amount of money that they're paying more. Right now, it's just because every year the taxes just
Where do you think, 1 second, where do you think this money is coming from? From the air?
From us. But what does that have to do with this? We need to pay for it. We pay in taxes a lot, and the government needs to use it for good things like vaccines.
Okay, I'm gonna let you keep your opinion, and I'm not gonna bother you.
So let me ask you just one question.
Yeah.
Why, if you don't believe in the vaccine? Okay, I understand that. I mean, I don't agree with that, but that's your opinion. Why don't you wear a mask then? At least that's the least you can do.
Okay, if I'm sick, if I'm literally contagious and sick, yeah, I'll wear a mask.
But how do you
know if I know I'm not sick, like I tested negative, I know I'm not sick. I know I'm not contagious. I know I'm not sick. I have a hard time breathing in the mask. I really do. Like I feel like yanking it off.
How is that possible? That
I don't feel like I'm helping you anyway. So why am I going to hurt myself and not help anyone? It's not helping anyone.
How is this possible that every single person that against mask and the vaccine, they also have a breathing problem? I don't know how this is possible. Every person, every Karen that I see on videos.
No, the Karens, excuse me, the Karens are the ones that are like, where's your mask? No. And you know what else disgusts me?
Okay.
You notice that it's not anymore about health. These people don't give a crap about your health. You know why? Because they say, if you don't wear your mask, I hope you die from COVID. Yeah, those are the people that are like, we care about so many people on video, on camera. Not you. there's a ton of Karens that say that, and it's sickening. Oh yeah, natural selection. Let's see the person that didn't get vaccinated. I'm so excited to watch them die, and they'll learn their lesson. Yeah, it's really about health. You're so worried about the public health and safety of everyone. No, you're not. You're not, because you're not respecting someone else's decision of what they think is the most healthy decision for them and for everyone else. That's your decision.
Okay.
This is not theirs.
I don't agree with what they said, but let me explain to you what they mean by that, okay? Because I think I understand. If you see somebody who just walking on the street and about to be die from an accident, are you gonna? And he doesn't want to listen to you when you tell them be careful. So they tell you, if you're walking like that, okay. I mean, you're doing your thing. You're gonna die. I mean, you know what I
One
mean?
second. The difference is with masks, they're not asking you to wear a mask for yourself. They're asking you to wear a mask for them. And then if
But
you
it's for
refuse to
yourself
because
too.
you don't believe you're helping them, they tell you that they hope that you die from that thing. So they not only they're telling you to do it for them, but they don't care about you.
No, it's not just for them. You understand that when you wear a mask, you basically protect others, but around you basically protect yourself because as soon as you
The
gonna spread the
percentage is
virus
so tiny of
more,
how much it protects, and then on top of it, the fact that if you know that you don't have COVID, right, and you know that you're not sick, and you're sticking a mask on your face when you keep touching it with your hands, and it's dirty and
so
it's
don't touch
disgusting,
it.
you have more of a chance of getting sick from your mask.
No,
What do you mean
just
don't
change
touch
your
it? You
mask.
have to touch it in order to put it on and take it off. And
Yeah,
then
but don't
you'll go
touch
to,
it so many
have
times.
you ever, okay, tell me this. Have you ever gone to like a dentist's office and you're like, oh shoot, I forgot to bring this in this mask or whatever, and you realize, oh, you found this like stinky, gross one that you stepped on the floor of your car, and you call in, they're like, you have to wear a mask, so you know you have to wear your mask, and they don't have one for you, so you put on your stinky, gross mask that you stepped on, you put it on your face, and you're like, this is literally the antithesis of health right now. Like, I'm putting the gross, disgusting floor of my car smushed onto my face so that I can get health care. Because
I
they don't
tell you
have one
what,
for me.
I'm.
I forgot to get a clean
I
one.
think I feel
It
like
doesn't make sense.
you just uneducated of how
Uneducated.
exactly the
Okay.
mask work. Uneducated of how
Yes,
the
I
mask
no,
exactly
no,
working.
I am educated on how the mask works, and the virus easily goes through these particles. It's like saying
And I tell you
you put a strainer for spaghetti so that the dust doesn't come through. The dust is gonna come through. Yeah, you're gonna hold a tiny percentage of the dust in. Yeah, but most of the
yeah.
dust is gonna come through. So even if a small percentage of dust that comes through, you're still letting it come through. So there's not really any point. Not much.
Okay,
Yeah,
let
there's
me
such thing
explain
as
to you.
viral load, but at the end of the day, if the virus goes through, it goes through. And if you don't have the virus, you don't need to protect yourself from nothing.
That's
We don't
just
need to be
uneducated
paranoid.
stuff that you're saying. You're saying uneducated stuff because you don't believe on anything that happening. You think that everyone here trying to like kill you or like get money off of it. I don't know where that came from.
It's not a secret anymore. Go to government websites. It's not a conspiracy theory anymore.
Okay, show me the government
I
website that's
will.
saying
I'll
that
send it to you right
everything is
after. I will.
okay.
I will. I will send
Not
you
the
all the
one
links.
from Fox News one. I need the one that actual from the government.
I will send you the links of the government website.
What what news station you listen to? Fox News?
Not only Fox. I follow a couple of other news stations on Facebook or whatever, because I like to be well rounded. I like to listen to all sides and then come to my conclusion. Because otherwise, you
Okay.
just listen in a vacuum.
But I tell you what, the truth is, I'm not like 100% believe in a vaccine and mask and all of that because I don't understand that 100%. You know, a lot of the
But
stuff that you're
if you
saying,
try looking into it,
it
you
could
might
be
find
true.
out some interesting
No, no,
information.
no. I did look into it, but I'm saying it's not 100% true. And I don't even wear a mask everywhere because I'm vaccinated. But what I'm saying is, when I see people that just saying,
But
I
one
don't
second, do
care
you know
about,
what vaccinated means? Do you know what the point of it is? The point of it is to give you antibodies, right? So if
yeah,
you're naturally immune, by the way, with every other vaccine that there's ever been, if you're naturally immune to chickenpox, for example, you don't need to get the chickenpox vaccine, according to the CDC, according to the government. Why? Because you already have immunity. The point of the vaccine is to give you immunity. It's artificial immunity. Now, what happens
okay.
is if you take this vaccine, you're like, oh, I don't need to wear the mask because I have immunity. Well, then what about me? I had COVID. I have immunity. That should count too. That's when it becomes not science anymore. It becomes political because it's not anymore about immunity. You know what I mean? Now it's about you have to have immunity specifically from the thing that I sell, not from God, not from the thing that's actually in your body that actually we admit that it's a thing, but now suddenly we're ignoring it. We're ignoring immunity. That doesn't even make logical sense. It doesn't.
You
It's insane.
understand that
Insanity.
it's not the same. It's not the same if you have.
It's not only
It's
not
not
the
that.
same. Natural immunity is 10 times more potent because it doesn't only have the spike
No, you're
protein. It
not a
has every
doctor.
single.
You're
It
not a
doesn't only have the
doctor. You
spike
don't
protein. It
understand
has
that.
every part of the virus. First of all, and
Are
second
you
of
a
all,
doctor?
you can get ADE from the vaccine, which is what does the A stand for? Um, uh, antibody dependent enhancement, where basically you become more dependent on antibodies, and what happens is your immune system becomes more weak from the vaccine to fight off other things. So you start to get cold and flu and this and that, and you're like, why am I getting sick? Well, because it doesn't happen with everyone from the vaccine. It happens with a couple people. I know some people that they started just getting sick all the time with other things because it causes enhanced dependency on other forms of antibodies rather than letting your immune system do its job. Just like, when you take an antibiotic and the antibiotic fights off an infection, you only take an antibiotic if you really, really need it, right? Because it's not good to just take antibiotics for everything. It's good to let your immune system do its job and just strengthen your immune system by eating healthy, getting sunlight, taking vitamins. And if you just take antibiotics all the time, then you end up, if you take it too much and you overdo it, you end up actually pushing your immune system out of the way and doing the job instead of your immune system. Now your immune system depends on antibiotics
But
more,
the
and it's a
problem is
vicious
that
cycle. So it's important to do it when it's emergency and not abuse it.
But you guys talk like that, like you guys a doctor or something like that. Like you
I'll tell you, why are
understand
you
the
saying
whole.
you guys? Don't say you guys. It's a form of speech that causes otherism. It causes people
But I
to
know,
split
but you saying
themselves. It
it
causes
because
a
you
lot
look
of
at.
division.
You're saying it from those old group on Facebook that's saying that.
You don't know where I'm saying it from, first of all.
Okay. You believe that what you're saying right now that is true?
1 second. Go research it. This is like if you ask any scientist or doctor, they'll tell you about ADE. They'll tell you about natural immunity. This is not a political thing.
Yeah, it's true, but you can understand that the vaccine is more protection than that. You just have you had the virus, so that's
it's
it.
literally not.
It's not more.
It's not proven as more protective than natural immunity. It's not. It's literally not. In fact, they proved that natural immunity is has something against Omicron, whereas if you already had COVID once, but whereas the vaccine has nothing against Omicron. In fact, Omicron was created because of the vaccine. Omicron is a variant because any variant is created from the vaccine, because what happens is you create the vaccine, and what happens is you create the vaccine with these artificial antibodies, and what happens is that the virus sees these antibodies and they have to fight and figure out a way to turn themselves turn themselves into a different type of shape, let's call it, so that they can still get through to the immune system despite the new antibodies that are created. And so they reshape themselves to still get through. And that's how new variants are created. I'm not making this stuff up. This is science. Go look it up, okay?
Okay, I will look.
I'll let you do your own research, okay?
Let me ask you this.
Not from Facebook groups.
You like Trump, right? Trump is your idol.
I never said I like Trump or he's my idol. No. I like a lot of the things that he did. I think that he's a narcissist. But I think that if I had to choose for a president, what they're going to do for the country versus their character, they're not in the running to become my best friend or my husband. So if they're going to do what I need and there's no other better option, then yeah, I'm gonna want them to be it instead of someone else that's going to be doing terrible things to this country as Biden has done.
No, I only mentioned him because it was really a joke. How it was funny for me how all his supporters was like, we're not gonna take the vaccine,
but he's pro, yeah.
And then
but then you can see, though, you can't make fun of his followers and tell them, oh, you guys are against the vaccine because Trump is, you're just following what he says. No, people are doing their own research. That's why they're against what he says, even though they like other things he says. Because you have to make decisions based on each thing alone. You can't make a decision based on who you're following. That doesn't even make sense.
So why you hate, a lot of people hate Biden because he's like,
oh my God, you started.
Yeah, all of them just hate him because of the vaccine. But
no, not just because of the. Okay, he's completely incompetent in every single way. Name one good thing he did. One.
What do you think about that? That he told that person, "Son of a bitch."
Oh, he was swear. He's
It
totally
was
he's a grumpy old man. He needs to go in a nursing home and someone will take care of him and he'll live the rest of his life in a
Why
peaceful
Trump didn't talk
don't
like
bother
that?
us. What?
And Trump didn't talk like that. He didn't talk like that to women on the bathroom.
That's different. He's a narcissist. That's a different type of grumpiness.
Okay, he worse than him. Let's just say that.
Character wise, no. They both have their weird things character wise. I mean, honestly, it's very hard to get a president that's a really good person. I'm sure we've had in the past, but recently we haven't had any good contenders that have good character because I mean, either they're creepy and like this Biden
I
like
think it's
looks
because
kids.
you have to be 100 years old in order to be like a
Yeah.
president. Why
No,
you
and
can't
also
just
you have to be
young?
like really power hungry in order to get to that point where you're working that hard to be the president of the United States. So I think it's very hard to find someone that's not power hungry in such a powerful platform. I think that people should be where are you? I think that people should be voted into office through through like the people deciding on someone somehow without that person appointing themselves. Because I think once someone appoints themselves, they're already like, okay, who do you think you are? Do you know what I mean? Like, I feel like
Right,
we
right.
should like look at like, okay, who's accomplishing a lot? Who really cares about us? Let's pick that person and let's vote on those people. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's interesting. Listen, I think we have a great conversation. We
But you
need
have
to
to
have
go.
this. No, we need to
Am I
have
right?
this like in 1, 2, 3, 4 parts. So that's the first part. Next time I want to talk about
I
more
wanted
like
to
as
ask
a
you about your whole like how you grew up and how whatever, and we wasted time on
okay.
vaccines.
Now we're gonna get into it. This is just the hot take right now. Everybody talking about the vaccine right now. So I'm happy that we put this
But my first
on the
podcast
side.
was about the vaccine, so I didn't want to. Whatever, it's fine. It's fine.
No,
It's
we're gonna get
fine.
into
I'll
it. Don't
survive.
worry.
What?
But I mean, we're gonna get to everything. I want to also talk about your life. What was happening with
Mm,
you?
yeah, yeah.
Why you're not gonna
Uh-huh.
tell us about that?
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, we will see
We'll see.
what we're talking about.
But
But yeah.
it's my podcast. You want to interview me?
Oh, right. You're gonna decide
It's
what
fine.
to
It's
talk
fine.
about.
I let. It's fine. It's fine. I
See,
need
you
content.
know,
So. Oh hello. What's
it's
this?
crazy how all the podcasts you were with your baby and I was here with Gigi chilling.
Yeah. No, you were not.
No, she was right here.
Maybe for the one that got all deleted.
Oh yeah. Let's see if that's not gonna get it. I'm gonna put a link on my Instagram for that one, okay?
Wait, on a link on your Instagram for which one? The one that got deleted? Oh, for this one. Yeah. So I'll let you know. I have to.
Just give me a link and I'll put it on Instagram, okay? Sounds good.
Okay.
All right, see
Okay,
you next
awesome.
time.
I'll see you. Okay. Bye.